Hi, and welcome to this episode of our Market Updates series here on RVC TV. I'm Will Harding, Manager of Global Marketing for Destination Canada, where we talk to international experts to provide RVC sellers like you with valuable insights that you can use to drive your international sales. I'm very lucky today to have with us Masayo Hando, our Managing Director of the Japanese market, as well as Anna Lee, our Managing Director of the South Korean market. Hello, both of you. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
So we've got some. I've got some questions to ask you both, and let's start with this. Masayo, what are three things that RVC sellers need to know about the Japanese market?
Okay. The three key points are the changing customer demographic and the unique relationship between RTO and tour operators, and the new opportunity in expanding destinations and seasonality. The first point is the change of customer demographic. The customers are getting younger. 75% of our customers are under 55 years old now, whereas 85% of our customers were seniors 15 years ago. So tour operators need to adapt to younger active travelers. That means more experiential products are needed. The second is the role of RTO. Many tour operators rely on Canada-based receptive tour operators for planning their products. And so it's very important to keep RTO updated with current product information. At Rendezvous Canada, Japanese tour operators and Vancouver-based receptive tour operators hold joint meeting appointments. It works very well for Japanese buyers, and the feedback from Canadian sellers are very positive. So please make sure to communicate both sides. My third point is the necessity of growing business by expanding destinations and seasonality, because the availability of accommodations in core destinations in peak season is decreasing. Japanese tour operators are looking at destinations beyond the core destination. For example, Okanagan in combination with Vancouver, Calgary and Drumheller with Canadian Rockies, Blue Mountain or Prince Edward County with Toronto Niagara. They are also looking for winter or shoulder season products to grow their business. So it is a great opportunity for sellers to pitch four-season products.
That's an interesting. Thank you for that list, Anna. How similar or different is that in your market? So what would be the three key things that our sellers should be aware of about the South Korean market?
Well, for Korea, first off, Korea shows a sustained positive growth for 3 consecutive years to Canada. Last year, 16% up over 2014. With positive market conditions, we expect another good year in 2016. And secondly, the number of leisure travelers, FIT, and repeat visitors is on the rise. And there is increasing demand of detailed and market-relevant content about traveling Canada. So we have to read for this. And thirdly, the air capacity from Korea to Canada is up by 27% this year. With Air Canada's launch of direct flight to Toronto in June, and Korean Air's the increase of Toronto flight frequency to daily in June also. So with this change, there is increased industry demand and interest in new itineraries and product of Canada.
So there seems to be a common theme, even though Japan and South Korea are two very different markets. Some great things to look forward to, both markets showing some positive economic signs. After talking to tour operators, Anna, what's the difference in their mind between a good and a bad appointment at Rendezvous Canada?
Well, basically, Korean buyers attend Rendezvous for 2 reasons. One is to learn, the product knowledge and what Canada has to offer. And the other is to build up or enhance the relationship with Canadian sellers through face-to-face interactions. So good appointment is welcoming and informative appointment. So please show your enthusiasm when delivering your offers and your message to Korean buyers, and be patient, although you feel sometimes challenging with, especially with language barrier. Good thing is that this year, the Korean buyers with language barrier, we're gonna provide them with translators, so you're gonna have better communication with them.
That'll be helpful. Masayo, is your advice on what makes a good and bad appointment similar?
Okay. Good appointments come when buyers and sellers share common interest. So, but on the other hand, if you don't understand or you are not interested in the buyer's business, it could result in a bad appointment. So I would strongly recommend you to look into buyer's profile in advance. Also, this is a separate subject, but I'd like to suggest one more thing. Japanese buyers would appreciate visual materials in seller's presentation. Right. So it might be a good idea to prepare a good selection of images and videos to showcase their products and experiences.
Those are easy things to do. That's, I think, advice that any seller attending Rendezvous Canada could handle. Now, both of you and your teams have been very busy in market. You've done an incredible job this year bringing a very large number of tour operators to RVC. So congratulations on that work. Can you tell us a little bit about the companies that you're bringing? Masayo, maybe we'll start with you.
Okay. Essentially, there are three types of Japanese tour operators business: direct marketing, and planned package sales by wholesalers, and FIT package sales. For example, the companies that are strong at direct marketing are JTB Media Retailing and Club Tourism. They focus on volume in sales and promote their products through media and direct marketing. Right. The wholesalers that are strong at planned package tours are JTB World Vacations and JAL Park. They sell their products through retail outlets. FIT is growing, and the companies for this market are Hankyu eBay, ISM, and Canadian Networks. These companies focus on how to differentiate based on the uniqueness of their products. Among Rendezvous Canada buyers, 10% are direct marketing, 35% are wholesalers, and 50% are FIT sales. As you see, FIT is growing and they are looking for unconventional itineraries.
Okay, so in South Korea, Anna, you're bringing a very large contingent as well. What are some of the companies that you're bringing? What should we know about them?
I'm very thrilled to bring record high number of Korean buyers here to Rendezvous. 25 buyers consist of wholesalers like Hana Tour and Mo Tour, those two the largest wholesalers in Korea, and retailers, airlines, and Korean RTOs based in Canada. A good mix of group package operators and FIT specialized ones. I'm happy to see a number of Korean RTOs based in Canada. They're attending Rendezvous this year. Their interaction with Canadian partners used to be very limited, while their role is very important in the chain of product development and operation. And they realized that environment changed, and they have to change as well. And definitely Korean buyers, they are buying more than last year.
So on that point of the buyers and their interests, what experiences are these tour operators going to be most interested in when they meet with sellers in Montreal in a couple of weeks? Masayo, maybe take that one first.
Okay. Our research indicated that there are 5 things that Japanese look for in overseas travel. I want to divide these 5 into 2 main groups: 1, nature-related, and 2, historical, cultural, and culinary. Let's look at the first group. These are the nature-related national parks and cities with a close proximity to nature are the most popular destinations. All of the tour operators have these experiences in their products and are interested in developing more new experiences as well. Moving to the second group I mentioned, historical, cultural, and culinary experiences are strong motivators for Japanese overseas travel. We are not capitalizing on these enough in the Japanese market. So we need to educate tour operators about these unmet needs. For example, they would be really interested in experiential culinary products, such as lobster fishing, then lobster supper on the beach, or clam digging, or farm to table or BBQ on a ranch, and so on. So these would be more good examples to suggest to buyers. Also, some tour operators are enthusiastic about historical experiences in Ottawa, Kingston, and Quebec in conjunction with Canada's 150th anniversary in 2017. This is a huge opportunity for us to sell shoulder season product as well.
So how does that in South Korea, Anna? How does that list compare? Like, what are some of the similarities and variations? Do you think that Korean tour operators are going to be looking for?
Yes, with the air capacity increase that I mentioned earlier this year, there is a huge demand and interest in new itineraries and products in Korea. The traditionally popular provinces, such as British Columbia, Alberta, and Ontario, there is a trend of the solo province product introducing new destinations within those provinces and itineraries. And so the Korean tour operators' interest is extended to new provinces and territories now. With Air Canada's upcoming Toronto direct flight, the new product recently just came out. It's going to Ontario, Quebec, and Atlantic Canada. And Ontario and Quebec only product using Korean Air's Toronto direct flight is just kept coming out. With the popularity of Northern Lights viewing in Korea, not only Northwest Territories products, but also the Yukon Aurora viewing product was just newly introduced in the market. And Aurora viewing in Alberta, combining with Canadian Rockies, is just coming out with the initiative of Travel Alberta also. So lots of interest in new itineraries and products in Korea.
It looks like a lot of sellers from across the country are going to have at least something of high value to offer either a Japanese or a South Korean buyer. So this is good news. We're running out of time, so we're going to finish with a little game that we've been playing with a lot of the people we've been interviewing. Don't have to be nervous. It's not a complicated game, but a little bit of language learning here. So for a seller that is taking a Japanese or a South Korean buyer out for dinner, what's an important thing to be able to say in South Korean or Japanese when you're going out for dinner?
For Korea?
Yeah. For
Konbae.
So what would be something that you would say at dinner to be polite in Korean?
In Korean, you mean?
Yes.
You know, Koreans love to hang out with people after work, and in Canada, when they meet with Canadian sellers, they like to have them experience some Korean culture, enjoying over soju. I don't know if you know of soju. It's a Korean traditional alcohol, and you would hear lots of Konbae, Korean buyers say over dinner. And if you learn a little bit of Korean languages like Konbae and 맛있게 드세요 and one shot, we call one shot for bottom up in Korea.
Well, that's pretty practical advice. Masayo, How do you say thank you for your business in Japanese?
ああ、いつもありがとうございます。
Oh, there you go. I've learned two things. I'm probably not brave enough to practice those things on the line with you right now. But ladies, thank you very much for your time today. Very informative. We've covered a lot of ground and important information. So thank you for coming on the show. And for those who have tuned in, for more information about Destination Canada markets, you can visit us at www.canada.travel/corporate. And don't forget to check the RBC website for more valuable content for RBC sellers. This is Will Harding saying keep exploring, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And we're clear. I'll just a sec.